Welcome back to CLE Weekend. So it is officially spring. You know, most people, it's like you got a little pep in their step. But how about this? A lot more than just a little pep. We're talking to a woman this morning who's got the whole city moving and grooving. Many people here in Cleveland actually call her Debbie Allen of Cleveland, and she is the passionate force behind Dance by Sha'ran LLC Studios. Sha'ran Marshall, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm even better that she's here. You're, by the way, a ray of sunshine.
Thank you.
In your red. Okay, so we're going to talk about your studio, but first I want to talk about you. You've got quite the dancing history. You were with the Cavs?
I was, and you know, I'm originally from Toledo, Ohio, so I love the small atmosphere of community, and so Cleveland was the next best thing. And in '97, I moved here, tried out for the Cleveland Cavaliers, made the team, lived in my aunt and uncle's basement for a couple years, and here I am 30 years later. I'm doing the 30-year reunion at the end of the month.
Stop it, you are?
Yes, I am dancing on March 30th at the arena.
Oh, how fun!
For their 30th year reunion.
So if you're going to that game, you gotta be on the lookout, not only for hopefully a win for the Cavs,
that's
but
right.
also Sha'ran. Okay, so at Dance by Sha'ran LLC Studios, you've got to kind of give us an idea of what your philosophy is, because it really hits a lot of people. So go for it.
So the philosophy behind Dance by Sha'ran LLC Studios is community. I love dance. It brings me happiness, it brings me joy, and so I believe it's a God-given talent for me and a gift. And so when I moved to Cleveland, I just thought, how can I spread this joy and happiness through movement? And so for me, it's about getting out into the community. It is a mission of everyone is included. I believe everyone can dance, even if you feel you have two left feet. I feel like it's a story to be told. We all have a story, right? Yeah. And we can all share our story through movement, whether it be dance or whether it be fitness. And so for me, it's how can I get you to move? Any part of your body and how joyful it can be in the end.
Yeah, it's important too for you, especially to be a champion for a lot of people, but Black youth.
Yes.
That is something you are passionate about.
Yes.
Why are you so passionate about that?
Well, I have 3 Black boys who are now becoming men. And being a dancer, right, I always wanted a little girl. And again, I think God and the universe was like, no, there's a mission, there's something for you to do in this life. And so for me, I had the opportunity last year with the Shaker Heights Police Department where we took 7 boys to the 100 Black men. And it was an honor to be able to bring these boys together. Community gave back to allow us to take these boys and for them to see that as Black men, there's other Black men doing amazing things. And so I'm really passionate about that, and wherever I can put myself in involving Black young youth, whether it be boys or girls, I love to be involved.
And dance is for everyone too, when you're saying this. You know, I think instinctively a lot of people think that it's girls who take dance classes, but you're like, no, it doesn't just need to be that.
No.
And some people who maybe are watching might recognize you because you do a lot of classes in the community, as you say. Talk to us about some of these different classes that we may have seen you at.
Yes. So, over the past few years, I've had the opportunity to do Juneteenth downtown. And again, it's like all these beautiful people, boys, girls, moms, dads, grandma, grandpas, getting them all out there and being able to move together. Also, I love to see Mayor Bibb here and out and about, and he always says to me, hey, that's the dancing lady, and I always say, when am I going to get you in class? So I'm still waiting for that if he's watching to get him in class. But one of my favorite classes that I offer is called Yo Stretch.
Ooh.
And so having these athletic boys that I have, I always would be like, you guys aren't stretching. And so it would be like, yo, stretch. And so I came up with this concept that says Yo Stretch. And it's designed for everyone, right? Because I'm about community, but it's really designed for men and for boys. Because again, they have this macho feel of they don't need to do that. But as you age, some of that elasticity starts to shorten. And so for me, it's like really getting our men to stretch. And so calling it Yo Stretch was kind of fun. And I play a little bit of R&B music, and I get the young men and the older men to come out and stretch.
I think it's great because I think about my nephews who play sports and they're like, we're going to lift, but I don't often hear them talking about stretching. So you're onto something with Yo Stretch. I like it. Now, also something you're passionate about is advocating for people with disabilities.
Yes.
And that is a passion of yours.
Yes. So my youngest, who is going to be 12 in a couple weeks, was born with chronic lung disease. And being a mom with a child with a disability really taught me a lot. And it also taught my family a lot. It taught my older boys how to care a lot more and we had to learn. It was almost like we were all nurses. Oh. And so for me, it's being able to learn about kids with disabilities, but also being able to embrace the love and the joy that they have. And even though they have this disability, they feel like they're just as normal as any other kid. So my goal is to really spread that knowledge in that you can still be an amazing kid even though you have this disability.
I love hearing that. You are so active on social media. So someone who's watching who maybe wants to get an idea of where you're going to be next, your classes, anything like that, where should we search to follow you on social media?
Yes, so I love social media because it gets out to so many people, the young and the old. So you can find us on Facebook at Dance by Sha'ran LLC Studios. Also my personal Facebook, which is Sha'ran Marshall. We are on Instagram, which is Sha'ran Marshall and Dance by Sha'ran LLC Studios. And we are on TikTok because, again, we want to be able to show all the happiness and joy of dance. So we are everywhere.
Yes, and we've got to make sure to follow you, Sha'ran, too, because maybe some new things on the horizon for you. Yes. So make sure to follow her. Thank you so much. You are just, like I said, a bunch of positivity for us. And you've inspired not only me, but hopefully you sitting at home, too, to move and be active. I love it. All right, thank you. We'll be right back on CLE Weekend. Stay with us.